Hi, this is Lesson 2. Now we're going to be using the Alfred book, page 12. At this point, we're going to start looking at the music the way it's actually written. So now we have to get used to reading it that way. First thing we're going to do is review some of the terms that we talked about before. One of the best ways for learning new terms and memorizing them is to be saying them out loud, just like when I mentioned saying the notes out loud. To help us with this, we're going to have our special guest, Gabriella. She's going to help us with this. I'm having Gabriella do it because she is the head of the class. First of all, the 5 lines going across the page is called the staff. Everyone say staff.
Staff.
The staff is only 5 lines. Sometimes we need extra lines, like on our first note, C. And so we add lines, and they're called ledger lines. Say ledger line.
Ledger line.
Next, on the staff gets divided up into smaller portions. And the things that divide it are the bar lines, the vertical lines on the staff. Everyone say bar line.
Bar line.
And the area between the bar lines is called the measure. Say measure.
Measure.
So when we look at this song here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 measures. Next part, we have the treble clef. Say treble clef.
Treble clef.
This has the notes that we're using for the right hand, the higher notes. In a couple lessons, we'll start focusing on the bass clef. Say bass clef.
Bass clef.
So that'll be for the left hand. Thank you, Gabriella.
You're welcome, Mr. Price.
So now as we look at the notes for the right hand, treble clef, first note is C, that's on that ledger line. Then D is on the space below the staff, E is the first line of the staff, F is in the first space, G is the second line. And we're going to say the notes as we play them. So we get our right hand in C position. That's the only hand we're using right now, just like it shows in the picture up here. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, D, E, F, G, C, D, E, F, G. Then we see this double bar at the end. That tells us that's the end of that line. Let's go to the second line. Here we go. We're starting on G, so starting finger number 5, and it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 for the G, F, E, D, C, just like we had in the other book. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. G, F, E, D, C, G, F, E, D, C. That's the end of that one. Now we'll go to this third line, and we're going to go up. C, D, E, F, G, G, F, E, D, C on the way back down. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. C, D, E, F, G, G, F, E, D, C. Once you practice each line, then the next step I want you to do is to do one line after another. Let's do that right now. Ready? Go. C, D, E, F, G, C, D, E, F, G, G, F, E, D, C, G, F, E, D, C, C, D, E, F, G, G, F, E, D, C. We're going to go to page 13 now, where we're going to play an actual song. And it's a song you've already played before in the other book. But now we're going to read it with all the staff and the bar lines, and we can see the measures and the treble clef. And our first note was E. At this point in the book, they still have the letter names inside the notes. So the bottom line is E. That's finger number 3. This line is exactly the same thing we had in the previous lesson. Only difference is when we get to the second line and we keep going, we're still just doing the right hand. Here we go. Ready? 2, 3, 4. E, E, F, G, G, F, E, D, C, C, D, E, E, D, D. Going on. E, E, F, G, G, F, E, D, C, C, D, E, D, C, C. When you're practicing on your own, you can practice it slower first and then start speeding up to a nice even tempo. I'm going to play it one more time without saying the notes. You can still say the notes, but I'm not going to now. 1, 2, 3, 4.